In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix your lower back and hip pain for good. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over easy exercises that can give both quick and long-lasting relief for lower back and hip pains. And to make it easy, I'm going to break the video up into 3 separate parts. Each part works differently. They're going to target different muscles, but they are meant to work together and also in order. Start with the first one, work your way towards the last. As a bonus, all of the exercises can be done at home, require no special equipment, and you may find to give quick relief even within 30 seconds. So with that being said, let's get started. So let's start with a combination exercise that's going to help loosen and warm the muscles up, get some good blood flow in there, and hopefully some quick pain relief. For this one, we need a soft, round object like a tennis ball, something that is going to roll against a wall. So a note with this exercise, as we do it, we're only going to apply enough pressure into the ball with our body weight where it's going to be a comfortable self-massage, not causing any discomfort. And we're also only going to go over muscle, not over the spine, because that can cause irritation. So let's get into position. We're going to take our ball and we're going to place it right over the spot that we're having muscle pain or a lot of tightness, maybe like a big muscle knot. So in this case, maybe off to my left side. We're then going to put our backside against a wall. You want to have it supported as much as you can, and then we're going to get into a squatting position. So have your feet slightly out in front of you, legs roughly hip width apart, place all of your body weight onto your heels. From here, very straightforward, we're going to do what is called a wall sit or a wall squat. So we're just going to bend our knees and squat down very slightly. With this one though, only go down an inch or two. We're not trying to go into a full squat. We're just trying to warm these muscles up very slowly and very gently. So it shouldn't feel like there's a lot of exertion with it. But as you go down, what you're going to feel is a really good self-massage because that ball is going to roll over that muscle. It usually feels really good. When you feel that, just hold this for a second or two and then come back up like this and just slowly roll over that spot roughly about 10 times. And afterwards, see how you feel. If it's pretty loose, just switch it over a different spot and repeat as needed. But if it feels like that spot's being really stubborn and doesn't want to release, this is how we can take it to the next level. So let's squat back down and hold this position, but let's take our hips and rock them from side to side like this, kind of like a pendulum. What this will do is hit those muscle fibers just a little bit differently, and you may find it finally releases. But you can also just put it over a spot and do circular motions with your hips. You can do diagonal, experiment with it. It's only going to loosen those muscles up even more and engage them in a different way and hopefully give us some better results. So if you have a lot of pain off to the side right here, this is how we can pinpoint that. Let's take our ball right here. This time around, instead of putting the whole backside flush against it, just angle your body into the ball like this and then repeat that squatting motion. So this one usually feels really, really good off to the side. So give that one a try. And I would recommend too, targeting the side of the hip this way, like this, because we want to target around that area, especially over the glutes, and making sure to go completely over the cheek area. But explore it on both sides, left and right. Go over any spot that needs it a little bit more and keep repeating this through different spots and motions until everything is warmed up and loosened up. So if you're looking to get long-lasting pain relief, your best bet is to strengthen the muscles that support the hips and the lower back. Here's a really easy exercise that you can do daily in bed or on a floor. To get into position, we're going to lie flat on our back, have our knees bent roughly at 90 degrees. Take your hands, overlap them, put them over one knee. What you want to do is try to drive this knee backward towards your head like this, but resist against that movement with your hands. You're going to feel the top of the thighs really start to fire. This is going to help engage the hip flexors, which if you're unfamiliar with them, a big instigator of hip and lower back pain. Challenge yourself to press back as much as you can. Hold this comfortably for 5 seconds. You're going to relax, and now what you're going to do is straighten that knee, lowering your leg downward like this. The key though is not to let your calf or your heel touch. Let it hover above the bed or the floor, roughly about an inch or two. You're going to feel the core muscles start to engage. It's really important that we focus on strengthening the front, the core right here, because it will likewise help support the hips and the back even more. You're going to hold this comfortably for 5 seconds and then come back up and then repeat on the other side. You want to do this whole complete cycle for 5 repetitions on both sides. And with each repetition, challenge yourself to build into it just a little bit more. So let's take this one to the next level and focus a little bit more on the lower back and the glutes. So this is called the clamshell bridge. We're going to take our feet and press them together and gently press into the bed or the floor with our feet. You're going to take your knees and drive them outward as much as you can. You should feel a really good stretch forming on the inner part of your thighs towards the groin and the hips. So what we're going to do is hold this position, and then we're going to brace our core. It's kind of like taking our belly button towards our spine, and then we're going to squeeze our glutes. You can take your hands, put them off to your side like this, or on the bed or the floor for support. But you're just going to drive your hips and pelvis upward towards the ceiling as much as you can. If you have a lot of weakness or tightness, you may only be able to go up an inch or 2. Do the best you can. With each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. But in this position, you're going to feel a lot of muscles start to engage. The core, lower back, but more importantly, the glutes. The glutes are pretty much the main muscle that you want to focus on if you're having either hip or lower back pain. It's a huge stabilizer for both areas. You want to hold this comfortably for 5 seconds. You're going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, again, try to build into it just a little bit more. And if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, you can always throw in another set or 2. So this next strengthening exercise is going to target the glutes, but also another muscle called the quadratus lumborum, or the QL, which is a big instigator of lower back and hip pain. The great part about this exercise is you can do it standing, and every time you go up and down the stairs. Just go to the bottom step. You're going to place one foot on the step, the other one is going to go off. Doesn't matter which side is up, because we're going to do it on both. But the key with this exercise is whatever side is off, let's say it's my right side right here, we're going to drive that hip upward towards the ceiling as much as we can, focusing on moving through the hips only. So we're not trying to bend the back away like this. The more that you drive that hip upward, the more that you're going to feel the muscles off to the side right here start to engage, including the quadratus lumborum. You should focus on feeling it from the bottom of the ribs into the lower back towards the hip. You're going to hold this comfortably for 5 seconds. And now we're going to take this one to the next level by going in reverse. So we're going to again move through our hip, lowering our foot this time down towards the floor as much as we can. If you have a pretty short step, don't let your heel or foot touch, let it hover just slightly above. This time around, you're going to feel a really good stretch on the other side. You're going to hold this comfortably for 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. And then from there, you're going to switch to the other side and repeat to keep everything in balance. But this one you can do daily every time that you go up and down the stairs. Here's an easy stretching exercise that can give instant lower back and hip pain relief. This one is perfect to do throughout the day anytime you need it, but it's also really good to do after the strengthening exercises to keep the muscles loose and hopefully avoid soreness. This one is called the ballerina, and you're going to see here in just a second why we call it that. So whatever side that you're having pain, let's say a lot off to your right side, you're going to take that side's leg and put it over the other one just like this. So your feet and toes are pointed straight ahead. You're going to take the hand on the other side, so in this case it's my left hand, and stabilize that hip. You're going to take your other hand and put it overhead just like this. Now you know why we call it the ballerina. Movement from here, very easy. We're going to move through our waist and tilt our lower back and upper back towards the other side, towards the non-painful side, so I'm going towards my left. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep opening stretch form pretty much from the bottom of the ribs into the lower back towards the hip. It hits that quadratus lumborum muscle really well. You want to go to a point where it's a comfortable stretch. If you start to feel pain, back off slightly, and then you're going to hold this one for 20 to 30 seconds. But if it feels good, you can hold it for longer and do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. From there, you're just going to relax, and then you're going to repeat this 3 times. And with each repetition, try to deepen that stretch just a little bit more. If you want to take this one to the next level, this is what you can do. As you get into that stretch, take your hand on the non-painful side and now drive your hips towards the painful side. So I'm pressing my hips towards my right. this will really intensify it, so only go to your comfort level. Give that one a try. But afterwards, switch to the other side and repeat to keep everything in balance. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.